was needed because usually we identify the needed skills asking the researchers and the managers themselves, but not the people that they are working with. So what we thought was that it was necessary to ask the external stakeholders to actually tell us what was actually needed. So we consulted civil society representatives, people from the private sector, the public sector, and then we complemented this information with asking again the researchers and the research managers as well to see the differences between their own perspective about the skills they needed and the skills that were needed to improve or to be enhanced, and the perspective from the stakeholders from outside of academia. So what we did was that each university was in charge of identifying different stakeholders to be able to distribute the survey as well for them. And before designing the survey, what we did was to think about the stakeholders and see their level of knowledge about open science and knowledge polarization to be able to design a survey that was understandable for them as well. And then we designed the survey and we distributed the survey to the identified stakeholders at each university. We validated the results also with someone from outside the project that was expert in these collaborations between researchers and non-academic actors. The actual output of the process was 2 open science skills, 1 selection of skills related for the researchers and 1 set of skills for the research managers. And what we saw is that there were complementary skills. So the skills that were most important for researchers were complementary to those for the research managers. And this was a very interesting exercise to see how the role of the researchers and the role of the research managers is complementary to be able to promote the collaboration with non-academic actors. After establishing the key skills for researchers and research managers, in KALEIDOS we are offering training for research managers and then also for researchers, and we are tackling or emphasizing on the skills that we identified that were needed to improve both for researchers and research managers. Stakeholders are not easy to engage in such a process, and nevertheless, we have achieved to have the perspective from different stakeholders from different countries. So it was an interesting exercise for us to be able to take into account their perspective, to be able to identify those skills.